Welcome to Better Police Reports. I'm Jean Reynolds. Today's topic is notebooks. Every officer needs to go to a dollar store and purchase a small notebook like this. Keep it in a uniform pocket and make sure you have it handy at all times. There are several reasons for doing this. One, you'll always be ready to write information even in an unexpected situation. Many of you are probably dispatched to most of your calls, and that means you probably have time to get your equipment before you exit your vehicle to deal with the call. But what if you're driving along and you see something in progress that's urgent for you to deal with? You get out of your car quickly, you deal with the problem, and then you go to write your report. And what you may discover is that your notebook is 1/10 of a mile away in your vehicle. An officer friend of mine said that this happened to her several times in the beginning of her career. And she ended up writing people's names and other information on her hand. At that point, she went to the dollar store and bought, guess what, a notebook. So you should too. Now, there's another reason why a notebook is a good thing to have. It can be a personal reference guide. Many people have a few words that they have difficulty spelling. I'm a good speller myself, but I have trouble with double letters. Words like occurrence and embarrass are difficult for me. So, you know the words that you stumble over, look them up, make sure you've got the right spelling, print them neatly, and you'll always have them in your notebook and you can double check on them. Another officer friend of mine told me a wonderful story about a spelling problem that she ran into one time. A little boy got bitten by a dog, and it was no problem. It was a small injury. He got medical treatment. He was fine. But then my friend had to write the report and realized she didn't know how to spell Chihuahua, and neither did anybody else who was in the vicinity. She ended up writing that the boy had been bitten by a small Mexican hairless dog. So you might want to look up the word Chihuahua. And by the way, it's got a capital C. Now here's something else that might be interesting for you to write down. The library's telephone number. If the library is open, there's a reference librarian there who answers telephone questions. I used to work in a library, and we used to get spelling questions all the time. The librarian looked them up. So that might be something else to record in your notebook. Another useful thing to record in your notebook would be local place names that can be difficult to spell. Here in Central Florida, we have a city called Kissimmee. 2 S's, 2 M's, 2 E's. A lot of people stumble over spelling that. One of the main streets in a town next to the town where I live is called Palaklakaha Avenue. I'm sure the city fathers weren't thinking about officers having to write police reports when they named that street. So think about the place names that you deal with. If they're hard to spell, record them. And as you go through your day, think about other kinds of information that might be handy to have in your notebook, for the kind of situations that you deal with. I'm going to give you one more. The length of your stride. Sometimes you go to a call and you need to measure a distance. If you don't have a tape measure with you, you can pace it off and you can do the calculation right on the spot. You can find many more tips about writing effective reports at my website, www.yourpolicewrite.com. I also encourage you to check out my book, Criminal Justice Report Writing. It's inexpensive, it's practical, and it's available in paperback and ebook editions. You can see a free preview at Amazon.com. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.